Introduction. My name is Wenderson Dos Reis. A lot of people know me as Todinho, aka. I want to tell you a little bit about me, about where I started, and about my journey on the car business. I started here direct November 2011. That's when I started selling cars. I did about 2 years selling cars, and then got promoted for floor manager, which some places call a TO manager. So far, so long. Go out, talk to your customers, help you close your deals, help you generate leads as well too, help you with your phone calls and achieve your goals. And then from there, I became I was a manager for about 2.5 years. Then I became a finance manager. I went to Texas for training, promoted by the company, came back, left the company for a little bit, try out another places, came back, and then worked another 3 years, and here I am. Car business, I decided to make it as a career for me. I used to do a little bit of a lot of things, and trying to make most amount of money right then and then. When I decided to make this as a career, that's when I was actually able to move forward in life, right? Through direct, when I started, that's where I was able to actually buy my first home, bought a better car for my family, provided. I was able to give a very good wedding for my wife at that time, and be stable in life, right? Car business is a place where the most amount of money that you can make, it's all up to you. It's not up to me, it's not up to anybody else. You're your own competition. So the most amount of time that you spend, the most amount of time that you actually try to master your craft, that's where you're actually going to be able to make the most amount of money, right? You can only be good at something if you actually put your time and effort into it. So that's basically what that is. To me, when I made this a career and I decided to move forward, I got promoted and so far so on. And through here and through other places that I work, I was actually able to understand what money is all about and how much money you can actually make, so far so on, and have a little taste of what people say 6 figures so far, right? But also as well too is it's good, it's emotion, it's a business that you have a lot of emotions that you go through. It's a business that more cars that you sell, more excited you get, and everybody's always in a hyper mood. So it's a great job to have. I recommend for you guys that are starting to dive into it, all the way through it, and make sure that you understand and you take the most out of it, because you'll be surprised. I have friends that I hired. No, they're friends now, but at that time they weren't. They are hired that I never thought that they would actually make it, but they did, and they're very successful nowadays. I have friends that started on the business that almost didn't graduate in high school. I used to actually, one of my personal best friends, he almost didn't graduate from high school. I used to have to we used to play soccer together, so far so on in school. So I had to actually bring him to school to make sure that he doesn't miss school, that he does some of his homework, to make sure that he's actually able to play, because I needed him to play at that time. And he got into the car business right after he got out of high school. That was back in 2004. And today he's like general manager at Prime Acura in Route 1, one of the biggest one here. And he's been making $300K since I know that he's been in the car business. So a person that went from high school, almost didn't graduate, to today be making over 6 figures for 10 years, give and take, right? Myself, never went to college. I'm not a school guy, don't like school, period. That's why I didn't go. Got accepted to go to school due to sports, but it wasn't my thing. So I went in and started doing all other kind of jobs. I sold mattresses, I sold Cutco knives, I sold internet connections and TV cables, over the phone, cold calling. I have sold, let's see what else. I have sold pretty much everything out there. No drugs though, but normal stuff, legal stuff. Um, and until I actually got into the car business, never tried selling houses. I don't think it's for me, just for the fact that it's way more work than car business, and you can actually make the same amount of money. But I have tried until I actually decided that this is what I want to do. If you ask me today if I would do anything else in my life other than the car business, I'll tell you no, unless I was rich. That wouldn't work. Just go on vacation, travel. But other than that, I wouldn't trade this in for anything else. Love my job, very passionate about it, love what I do. Get angry sometimes, aggravated, hyper, normal. But overall, I'm all about one thing. Make sure that you're making the most amount of money, because you guys are my number one priority. If you guys make the most amount of money, I make the most amount of money. So it's a mutual relationship. So on the end of the day, I want to make sure that everybody comes in, hit their goals, make sure that everybody comes in and be happy and enjoy the ride, which is one of our core values. Always be learning, part of our core values as well too. And that's it. I'll let you guys ask me any questions that you like, as far as about what you guys heard. If you have any questions, if you don't, we'll proceed forward to the first step.
I just have one. What's the number one advice you'd give to somebody who started the car sales business right now?
Be new as long as you can. So if you take a customer, let them know that you are new. You get the answer that you, if you don't know, and always make sure that you keep always a fresh mentality as if you're brand new. People usually say, right, the more you know, the better. In the car business, the less you know is the better, because you are actually going to follow my instructions, which I use this as a very good example most of the times, is like Tom Brady and Belichick, right? Tom Brady tried other places and he didn't do as well as he did in here, right? Even though it's the end of his career. But do you think that he'll be able to get where he went without Belichick, without listening, without following what he wasn't doing, right? So I'm like Belichick. I stay behind the desk and I see everything that's going on, and I've been there. I've been in your shoes. I tried, and I let you know exactly how I think this should go. The more you listen, the more you be fresh and be open to understand, the more you're gonna sell.
Yeah. Question. So what advice would you give to a new salesman to appear like professional and not like someone new who doesn't really know what he's doing? You know.
So there's one thing on the car business, that there's the 3 L's, right? If the customer listens to you, like you, they will buy from you, right? That's the say. To the new salespeople, what I would actually recommend is make sure that you listen. The most important rule on the car business is be able to listen. Sometimes we think that we know more, and we end up giving the device that's not what the customer wants to do, right? So to you guys new, what I recommend is listen, understand. And once you listen, understand, and find out what the customer's needs are, you'll be able to actually help. Because we're not here to sell. We don't sell, right? We help customers to accommodate their needs, wants and needs. We make sure that they come here asking you to help them to find something that makes sense to them, and then that's what we do. We are financial advisors to make sure that you, as a customer, as a consumer, are able to accomplish your dreams. Because some people are dreams to buy their first car, to buy, their car of their dreams, or accommodate something better for their family. So that's what we do. If you focus on selling, you probably won't succeed, because people come here knowing what they want. All that we have to do is listen, observe, and then give them an option. So as new people, just listen, understand, and we'll go from there. Okay?
I have a question. What are the things you did to overcome nervousness and to gain confidence to be able to?
So to me, it wasn't so much, just for the fact that I'm an outgoing person. I always play around. I always joke. That's just my personality. But for someone that's nervous, I do have. Don't get me wrong. Being here in front of the camera, talking to you guys, is not something that I do it every day. So of course you get nervous. You don't want to mess it up. So far, so on. But if you get nervous and you messed up, just keep going. You know. Everybody, you have to find what works for you to overcome, and then just ask for help. Everybody that's around, everybody that's here. One thing about, so I've been to other places that I work. One thing about direct that it's different from every other place. If you ever end up going to work somewhere else, is that we're all family. We treat each other like family, right? So if you fall, we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna help you out. It doesn't matter what the problem is. You know, we might yell, scream like family, but we will still will help you to proceed forward. Therefore, you just talk to us, let us know how you feel, and then from there we'll help you out. We'll pick it up, and then we'll go from there.
By the way, great questions, guys. And I just want to add something about that because I have been studying confidence during a psychology class. And a lot of people think you're born confident or not, but that's actually a skill that you can develop. And one of the main advice they're giving us is practice. Because the more you practice something, it's more automatic to you to do it. So even if you're nervous, because you have doing so often, it becomes a habit, right? So you want to talk to a person, and then you get nervous because you have to talk to the person. But in this case, we're selling a car. The more that you practice the selling steps, it's going to make it easier for you to do it, and somehow that builds the confidence. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
So that's and then even try to practice that for myself. Like I'm a horrible driver, right? I'm really bad at parallel parking, and I would get nervous. But I realized because I'm not practicing. Not that now I'm the best one, but because I kept trying over and over again, I'm able to do it. And once I was in Boston, everybody, honking the cars, but I was not nervous because I was doing that so many times. I became confident, like I'm gonna handle this, it's gonna be okay. And the last thing that you can do, if you're really, really nervous, to help you with confidence, you can breathe in and out, hold for 4, and then, breathe in for 4, hold for 2 seconds, and out for 6. That helps to slow down your heartbeat, and then you become calm because of that, and that helps you to be more confident. Does that make sense? All right, cool.